Good morning, students. In our previous class, we discussed about Planck's quantum theory, and even we are discussing about the theories related to which explains the dual nature of electromagnetic radiation. Okay, a very important theory regarding that is photoelectric effect. Very important one regarding the competitive exam point of view, right? You may already have idea about this one, photoelectric effect. Okay, so which explains about the particle nature of the electromagnetic radiation, right? Now coming to the statement wise, what is meant by photoelectric effect? Okay, generally we know photo is nothing but light radiation. Okay, here, if we observe in a metal surface, first of all, metal means what? We know those elements which are having highly electropositive tendency. Okay, means they generally lose tendency to lose the electrons, right? Even if you observe the metals like first A group or second A group, okay, and mainly first A group, alkali metals, if you observe, out of all the remaining metals, these metals are highly electropositive in nature, right? Means they have more tendency to lose the electron. In another way, we can say that alkali metals generally will have very low ionization potential values. Okay? Because when they have more tendency to lose the electron, we should apply very less amount of energy to remove the electron, right? So alkali metals have very low ionization energy values. So means very less amount of energy is required to remove an electron from the surface of the metal. Okay. So in the case of such metals, what type of metals? The metals which are highly electropositive in nature. So in such metals, when the light radiation falls on the surface, because light is nothing but a source of energy. So when the light radiation falls on the surface of the metal, the electrons of these metals, the valence electrons present in these metals, will be gets ejected from the metal surface with some kinetic energy. Okay, so when the light radiation falls on the metal surface, due to very low ionization energies of these metals, the metals will be gets ejected from the metal surface with some kinetic energy, because when the particle is moving means definitely it will have some velocity, so automatically it will have some kinetic energy, right? So this phenomena is known as photoelectric effect. Okay, so statement wise, let's note down the statement. And a light radiation, in simple way, okay, note when a light radiation falls on the surface of the metal, okay, when a light radiation falls on the surface of the metal, then the electrons and the valence electrons, then the electrons will be ejected with some kinetic energy. Okay, when a light radiation falls on the surface of the metal, then the electrons will be ejected from the metal surface with some kinetic energy. So this phenomenon is known as This phenomena is known as photoelectric effect. Okay, photoelectric effect, right? Easy concept to understand also. Practically also we may see. For example, something in this chalk or something we stick to this surface of this wall. Okay, so to remove that particular object from the wall, so we need to apply some energy, right? Or for example, to remove any fruits from the plant, what we will do, we will apply some energy, then it will come out of the tree. Okay, for example, if I apply more energy than the required, okay, let it be to remove that particular object or let the fruit to remove from the tree, let it be, it requires 10 calories of energy. Okay, to remove it from that tree, it requires 10 calories of energy. If I supply exactly 10 calories of energy, what happens? Just it will be comes out of the surface, right? Instead of 10 calories, if I supply 15 calories of energy, okay, got the point or not? To remove this, it requires only 10 calories, but I supplied 15 calories. What about the remaining extra 5 calories? So that energy will be converted into the kinetic energy of the electron. Okay? Observe this one. So light is falling on the surface of the metal. Okay? To remove the metal from the outermost orbit of that element, it requires some energy. That minimum amount of energy required to eject that electron is known as the threshold energy. Okay, so if you supply exactly the threshold energy, the electron will be just comes out of the surface, right? But if you apply more energy than the threshold energy, what happens? That extra energy will be converted into kinetic energy of the electron. Okay, got the point or not? So threshold energy means minimum energy of the minimum energy of light radiation required to remove the electron. Okay, so if we supply more energy than minimum energy, than the threshold energy if we supply, then the electrons will be ejected with some kinetic energy. Okay, so that is the mathematical relationship given by Einstein regarding the photoelectric effect. Okay, so this was successfully explained by Einstein. Okay, even he explained about the dual nature of light radiation. Okay, so I mentioned that point also. Even Einstein explained the dual nature of electromagnetic radiation or dual nature of light. Dual nature means what? Both particle nature and wave nature, right? So first note down the definition, then in the mathematical point of view we will discuss further. Okay. Now, even note down the definition for threshold energy, because when we have clarity about the terms involved in this, then you are able to solve different model questions. So this threshold energy is also known as work function. Okay, threshold energy is also known as work function. Generally it is represented with E naught or W naught. Okay, anyway we can use to represent this threshold energy. What is meant by threshold energy? Just now we discussed the minimum amount of the minimum amount of energy of radiation required to eject the electron from the metal surface. Okay, so just to eject the electron or to remove the electron from the metal surface, the minimum amount of energy radiation required, so is known as work function of the metal, or it is also known as threshold energy of the metal. So for a particular metal at a particular temperature, the work function will be a constant value. Now in the same way, we need to know some other terms like threshold frequency. Where normally frequency we represent with nu, this threshold frequency is represented with nu naught. So as like the threshold energy, threshold frequency is represented with nu naught. So how can we define threshold frequency? As like the same way. Okay. So the minimum amount of radiation with the frequency required to eject the electron from the metal surface. Okay. Note on the definition. The minimum frequency of radiation, the minimum frequency of radiation required to eject the electron from the metal surface. Okay, the definition is same as the above, because in the case of threshold energy, so that is why the minimum amount of energy. It is threshold frequency, so that is it is the minimum amount of frequency of the radiation required. Okay. So in the same way, we know energy, frequency as well as wavelength also we can interlink. So that is why instead of these terms, sometimes they will give it in the question as a threshold wavelength also. Threshold wavelength. Normally we will represent wavelength with lambda. So threshold wavelength we used to represent with lambda naught. Okay. So from the given two definitions, now we are able to define this one. Okay. What is this one? It is the minimum wavelength of radiation. The minimum wavelength of radiation required to cause photoelectric effect or in a detailed manner to eject the electron from the metal surface. Right? You don't be lazy. Write the definitions, everything for every terms, because notes is very important. Even anyway you written PE examination, you written NEET examination also, you came to know the importance of the notes. Okay? Because before the examination, so whatever you learned throughout the year, we have to revise once. Okay? To do that, this notes is very useful to you. Okay? So whatever the required things are there, those only I am giving. Simply say, to dictate this one, it will be very easy. Okay? To write, I know it is taking some time, but still why I am giving is, because later it will be very useful to you. Because somebody, those who already have idea about this topic, I know you already learned this. You don't think that these are all the definitions we know, so why to write? Okay, don't think like that. Notes is very, very important. Mention these definitions. These are simple definitions only. Okay. So these are the minimum things. Definitions wise, we required to know about the photoelectric effect. Then later we'll discuss about this mathematical relationship given by Einstein. Now coming to the mathematical form. What we said, whatever the energy of radiation falls on the metal surface, I taken it as E. Then E is equals to what? How much energy we supplied. Out of that energy, there is a threshold energy. Means some quantity will be utilized to eject the electron. Now what about the extra energy? Okay, out of this energy, this threshold energy was utilized to remove the electron from the metal surface. Then the remaining energy will be converted into kinetic energy of the electron. Okay, this is what the photoelectric effect. Okay, when we supply or when a light radiation of particular wavelength is incident on the metal surface, then out of that energy, some quantity of energy which is known as the threshold energy is utilized to eject the electron, and the remaining energy is converted into kinetic energy of the electron. Of the above one, I am going to write in this manner. Kinetic energy of the ejected electron is equals to E minus E naught. E means energy of incident radiation. E naught means threshold energy. Now, as we all know, the relation between energy and frequency. What is the relation between energy and frequency? E is equals to h mu, right? So we know in the Planck's quantum theory we already learnt all these. So instead of energy, now I am going to substitute h mu. In the case of threshold frequency, so threshold energy, it is h mu naught. Okay? Got the difference between these two or not? This is energy of incident light radiation. This is threshold energy. So that is why I have taken threshold frequency. So from that, if we bring h common, so we can write the above form as E is equals to h into mu minus mu naught. Okay? So when they ask to calculate the kinetic energy by giving the frequency of the radiation, so then we can use this formula directly. Even we know the relation between frequency and wavelength. Okay? Nu is equals to C by lambda. So the above formula we can write in the form of hc by lambda minus hc by lambda naught. Okay? E means what? hc by lambda. In Planck's quantum theory we all know. So instead of threshold energy E naught, I am writing it as hc by lambda naught. So I think no one got the doubt like, sir, why are you not writing as h naught and c naught? Because h and c are constant values. H means what? Planck's constant. C is velocity of light. So when we bring those two terms common, what will be the remaining term? 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. Okay? So by giving the wavelength, if they ask the question to calculate kinetic energy, then we can use this formula directly. Okay? So these are the main mathematical relationships we will get regarding the photoelectric effect. Okay? Now let us write the terms involved in this, where E and E naught are what? or let us write clearly. Where E means energy of incident light. E naught. E naught means threshold energy. Mu is nothing but frequency. The frequency of incident radiation or incident photon. Okay, because we all know photon is nothing but light radiation. So where mu naught means threshold frequency. Okay, mu means frequency of incident radiation, mu naught means threshold frequency. In the same way, what is meant by lambda? Lambda means it is a wavelength of incident photon. Where lambda naught means threshold wavelength. As we all know, where h means Planck's constant. I think no need to write the value of Planck's constant. I hope every one of you know that the value of Planck's constant is 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joules second. And where c, velocity of light. How much is the velocity of light? We all know the value of this one is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. Okay. So the main relationship of photoelectric effect is kinetic energy is equals to E minus E naught. Or in terms of frequency, kinetic energy is equals to H into mu minus mu naught. Or in terms of wavelength, the formula is Hc into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. Okay. So whatever the type of question they are asking based on photoelectric effect are simply based on mostly on these three formula only. Okay. Or even to make the question typical, means to waste your to kill your time. Instead of asking directly kinetic energy, sometimes they will ask you to find velocity of the electron. Okay, we know the moving electron or the ejected electron is having kinetic energy. Sometimes they will ask you to find velocity. There is no need of another formula because as we all know, kinetic energy is nothing but half mv square. Okay. So those are only the few ways of asking questions based on photoelectric effect, right? We will discuss some numericals to get clarity for practice point of view. We will solve some examples. But remember one point, even after writing the NEET examination, I think maybe you got idea. Even I already once explained also, many cases, 90%, if they ask 5 or 6 questions in the NEET examination, those 6 out of the 6 numericals, either 5 or even sometimes all the 6 numericals also are simply based on formula. Okay, just a formula based substituted numericals only they are asking. So don't think too much about the typical ones. It will be very rare. Okay, so don't be afraid of the numericals, because when you are able to solve numericals, then only you will be perfect in the concept also. Okay, be confident. So note on this. Okay, so we discussed about the mathematical relationship, but before going to solve the numerical, recently means 2 years back in one JEE examination they asked one theory question based on this photoelectric effect. Okay, so regarding that, a very important point let us discuss. So mention in the notes as note and highlight that whatever the points we are going to discuss. Okay, so this is mainly regarding the relation between kinetic energy of ejected electron versus frequency of the radiation. Okay, so I think you already learnt all this, but you will be get confusion between those two. Okay, so that is why note down very clearly in the notes the relation between kinetic energy and the frequency as well as the intensity of radiation. Okay, both frequency and intensity affects the photoelectric effect, but in what way it is related we have to know. So note down the point. Frequency of incident radiation or the frequency of photon is directly proportional to kinetic energy of ejected electron. Okay, the frequency of the photon is directly proportional to the kinetic energy of ejected electron. Okay, so if the light radiation which is going to fall on the surface of metal, if it has more frequency, we know that energy directly proportional to frequency. Okay, so if the light which is going to incident on the surface is having more energy, automatically the kinetic energy of ejected electron will be high, because what relation we got, E is equals to E naught plus kinetic energy. Anyway, this is a constant value. Okay, so when energy of the incident radiation is more, kinetic energy of the radiation also will be more. Okay, as we know, energy and frequency both are directly proportional. So that is why we can say simply that as frequency of the incident radiation increases, kinetic energy of the radiation also increases. Okay, it is very easy. Now, coming to the next point, remember this one. The intensity of photon increases before the increasing of number of electrons, the intensity of photon does not affect the kinetic energy of ejected electron. Okay, remember that kinetic energy of the electron will be affected only by frequency, not by intensity. Okay, if you change the intensity of the light radiation, whether if you increase the intensity of radiation or decrease the intensity of light radiation, it does not affect the kinetic energy of the ejected electron. So kinetic energy of the ejected electron depends only on the frequency of the radiation, but not on the intensity of radiation. Okay, then In what manner intensity of light affects the photoelectric effect? Okay, remember, intensity of light or intensity of photon is directly proportional to number of ejected electrons. Okay, understood the point or not? So the intensity of the light radiation which is falling on the surface of metal, it does not affect the kinetic energy of radiation, the kinetic energy of ejected electron, but it affects the number of electrons which are ejecting from the metal surface. Okay, directly proportional means what? If the intensity of light radiation is increased, automatically number of electrons ejecting from the surface increases. Okay, when the kinetic energy increases means when frequency of the light radiation is increased. Okay, so these two are very important points, because recently in 3-4 times they asked in the national wide examinations and the state wide exams. So that is why while you are copying these 2 points also highlight this, because in the revision time we all know definitely we will learn the formula. You already learned the formula. Okay, so where we will confuse, those we have to highlight in the notes also, right? Note down these 2 points. Then graphically also let us discuss these two. Now the same points whatever we written in the notes, regarding those 2 points, okay, in one statewide exam they asked in terms of graph. So let us draw the graph also related to that. For example, in the first one, x-axis, y-axis. On the y-axis I am going to take kinetic energy of that electron which is going to eject. Here also on the y-axis we are taking kinetic energy of that ejected electron. Write clearly. This is kinetic energy of ejected electron. Okay. Now in the first graph I am going to take frequency of the light radiation we have taken. Now what we discussed here, frequency and kinetic energy of ejected electrons are directly proportional. So as the frequency of the radiation increases, the kinetic energy of the radiation also increases. Okay, because this is mu naught, means threshold frequency. Okay, right? So as the frequency of the radiation increases, kinetic energy of the ejected electron also increases. So that's why we will get the graph like this. Now, coming to the second graph. In this case, on the x-axis, I have taken intensity. Now, how the graph will be, right? Points wise we know, and even the graph wise also you already came to know in what way these two are related. Is they related directly or indirectly? No way, they are not related directly or inversely also. Okay, there is no link between intensity and the kinetic energy of electron. So as even though you are increasing intensity of light radiation, still the kinetic energy of the ejected electron remains same or remains unaffected. So that is why in the case of between these two, you will get the graph like this. I hope you understood these two, right? Not all this. Okay, that is about photoelectric effect theory wise. Now let us discuss some types of different model questions, how they are asking based on this photoelectric effect. But before that, note down one point regarding what type of metals will show photoelectric effect. Because while solving the materials, you may have already faced these type of questions. Which of the following metal shows photoelectric effect? Okay, I already explained about that one, but note down in the notes also. Which metals will show photoelectric effect? The metals with very low ionization potential values are the metals which are highly electropositive. Okay, so those only will show photoelectric effect. When the light falls on the metals like gold or platinum, is the electrons will be ejected? No. Okay, because when the ionization potential values are less, then it will be easy to remove the electron, right? So mention that point also in the notes. Highly electropositive metals, highly electropositive metals will show or will exhibit photoelectric effect. Okay, generally we know highly electropositive means what? Potassium, cesium. Generally these are very highly electropositive metals. And even if you observe cesium, when it is highest electropositive element in the periodic table also. So in these cases it will be easy to remove the electron. Okay. Now why they will easily lose this? Because they are highly electropositive. Nothing but they will have very low metals with very low ionization energy or ionization potential values. So these only will exhibit photoelectric effect, right? Okay. Now based on this concept, we will discuss some different model numericals in the next class. Okay. So all of you once go through the concept, then we will discuss the numericals in next class. Thank you.